On November 3rd, 2022, after spending the last few seasons overseas, Kevin Cron inked a minor league deal with the Oakland Athletics. You know, the team that's on pace to lose something like 1,000,000,000 games. On May 1st, Cron was released after hitting a measly 133 in AAA. It's likely Cron will never see a big league diamond again. But even if that's true, Cron will be able to walk away from the game a record holder, something his brother, CJ Cron of the Colorado Rockies, can't even say. As it stands of this recording, Kevin Cron has the most home runs in MLB history among players who have 100 or fewer plate appearances. I think you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Irrelevant Baseball Stats That Mean Something. Kevin Cron was drafted out of high school with the second pick of the third round of the 2011 MLB draft by the Seattle Mariners. He was the consensus top high school baseball player in the state of Arizona and seemed absolutely pumped to be drafted. However, Cron opted to attend college and play ball at Texas Christian rather than making the jump to pro ball. In hindsight, that was a mistake, at least in financial terms. Cron attended TCU and suited up for the Horned Frogs baseball team for 3 seasons, though he never really put up spectacular or eye-opening stats. In 166 collegiate games, Cron hit .271 with 14 home runs and 32 doubles. As a result, he dropped all the way to the 14th round when the Arizona Diamondbacks snagged him in the 2014 draft. Not surprisingly, Cron signed with Arizona and officially began his pro career. Meanwhile, in the same year Kevin was drafted, his brother CJ made his debut with the Angels, bashing 11 home runs in 79 games. CJ finished his rookie campaign with 111 OPS+, but failed to garner any Rookie of the Year votes. Nonetheless, Kevin had big steps to follow. The younger Cron spent parts of 5 seasons in the minor leagues, accumulating 151 home runs, including an astonishing 39 in 84 games in 2019. That was also the year he made his major league debut, when he unknowingly began his journey into the MLB history books. Cron has appeared at the plate 98 times in his 47 career games. He has 15 career hits, and 6 of those have gone over the fence. He also has 4 doubles. Cron was an extra base menace when he made contact with the ball, which, sadly, was never guaranteed. In fact, Cron has the second most extra base hits of any hitter with fewer than 100 plate appearances. But it's his 6 home runs that stand alone. There are 4 players right behind him with 5 home runs, but since their playing careers and actually lives in some cases, are over with, Cron sits on the throne by himself. So, because he deserves it, and because I want to, let's watch each one of Cron's record-breaking home runs. Though he appeared in the shortened 2020 season, Cron hit all of his home runs in 2019 in just 39 games. Cron's first career home run came on a 1-1 count against Marcus Stroman, then of the Toronto Blue Jays. Cron launched a 3-run shot 363 feet into the left field stands. Cron didn't even smile, and probably for a good reason. All that chew in his lip would have dripped out. Yummy! Now, the exit velocity was only 90 miles per hour, extremely low for a home run, but he made up for it the next day. Trust me. Cron absolutely demolished a slider that Sam Gaviglio hung in the middle of the plate. The ball left the bat at 113.8 miles per hour, and would ultimately be Cron's hardest hit ball of his career. And now that I say that, it makes me a little sad. What a career he could have had. The brother of CJ waited a week to go yard for a third time when he smashed the Oppo Dong off the legendarily named Kyle Bearclaw. He then took Wade Davis to deep center field in arguably the worst season of Davis's career. The former shutdown reliever finished 2019 with an 8.65 ERA and allowed 7 home runs in 42 innings. That was the beginning of the end for Wade Davis. Only 2 home runs to go in Kevin Cron's legendary career. So let's take a break with another irrelevant stat that means something. On June 3rd of this year, the Milwaukee Brewers became the 3rd team ever to allow 9 stolen bases and issue 10 walks in a game. The other 2 times happened in 1976 and 1915, so a long, long time ago. My dad would call that stat minutia. I call it fun. Alright, back to the big boy Kevin Cron. On July 17th, Cron wasted no time when he hit his 5th career home run, swinging at the first pitch against Adrian Sampson. Sampson gave up 29 home runs in 125 innings that year, becoming one of 9 players in MLB history to give up that many long balls in that few of innings. Cron is part of history everywhere you look. There should be way more videos about him. Come on, foolish baseball, looking at you. Depressingly, Cron ended his record-breaking run exactly a month later. Facing Marlins lefty Caleb Smith, Cron hit a solo home run to tie the game in the 5th inning, and Smith looked like the world had just ended. And for the last time, Cron jogged around the bases with all the dip in the universe wedged in his lip. I bet he would have smiled and taken it all in if he had known it would be the last time. Kevin Cron finished the 2019 season with a .211 batting average. He struck out 28 times and walked just 4 in 78 plate appearances. His 98 OPS plus was just below league average. The following year, Cron appeared in 8 games for the Diamondbacks and went 0 for 17 before he was eventually released. His big league career was at an end. But I think we need to appreciate Cron and remember the legend that he truly is. Though Cron only saw 88 at-bats in his career, his at-bat per home run numbers equal that of Mike Trout and Ted Williams. We can't just pass that by and not acknowledge it. Did Major League Baseball give up on Cron too soon? Maybe, maybe not. It's something to ponder, like the former Minnesota Vikings quarterback. The fact is, Kevin Cron is a record holder, no matter what people say or think about when they hear his name. Sure, he has a negative career WAR. Sure, he hit 170. But who cares? We need more positivity in this world, and I believe we should remember him for all the damage he did at the plate. After all, Cron has the most home runs in MLB history among players with 100 or fewer plate appearances. Is that an irrelevant stat? Or does it mean something? That is for you to decide.